Peace to the family. We here with another installment. Just looking forward to talking to you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions about the UCC and real estate course. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about the UCC. Who's out here? Who wants to build? I'm going straight for you right now. Who wants to build? I see we in there early one. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I'm waiting for somebody who requested to come in. But the UCC and real estate course will be this Saturday, and then you have the Gold in the Crisis course this Sunday. And just like the Gold in the Crisis stock class that I've been doing for damn near 3 months now, Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, be keeping that same energy with the real estate course, Saturday after Saturday after Saturday, because I don't believe that you can cram this type of information in for 2 hours, for 4 hours, for 6 hours, or for 8. I believe to really establish a certain level of perfection, to be in conformity with a standard of excellence, you have to commit yourself to that craft week after week after week. That's how you take it to the highest level. So someone actually get up in here and then did nothing with it. Saturday, it will be at, I'm gonna mark it for 7:30 because all the classes be at 7:30, so I just put it like that. I'm gonna mark it for 7:30 and get in. 7:30 we get in. But I'm here to answer your real estate and UCC questions real quick, just on the real. It's gonna be great. I see some people in here. No, I'm not picking you because you wasted our time. Let's see. Let's stick to the subject matter, people. Let's get it. Just wanted to build for you. UCC and real estate course. How dare you be told about real estate and don't learn about UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code. We're going to go super hard. Class 1 is already bonkers. I'm looking forward to doing it. You just go to brotherpolite.com. I'm going to pin it to the top right now. It's brotherpolite.com. And you look for the UCC and real estate course. It's now pinned. All right. What's up? Peace, family. You got to show your face. What's going on? Okay, we're going to get you out of here. This is what we're doing today, huh, people? It'd be wild because people are like, yo, pick me. You staying too long on one person. Then I pick the people that request to be in, don't respond, or show me a damn ceiling. What's going on? Yeah, if you miss the class, you'll get everything that you miss. And you know, my classes come with PDFs. I take the notes for you. Comes with associated links. You're definitely going to have to download some real estate apps. We're not playing. We're going all the way in. Let's see if this person wants to come in. Y'all make me go to Facebook, man. All these requests from people shucking and jiving. Requested. I just picked you up. I just picked you. Talking about you requesting tax liens and tax deed information. I just picked you. I'm waiting for you to respond. Waiting for PR3SID 3NT.CAR. Like, yo, what's up, man? Can you find a longer name? I don't know about the real estate game, so I watch from the sidelines. It's insane to say that, family. I hear what you're saying, but that's the reason why the community's going nowhere. We stay on the damn sidelines. We're at a point in history right now where more millionaires will be birthed than any other time since 1920, since the 1920s. That's a fact. No other time in American history has looked identical or similar to this time right now. And this is the era based on the economy where we got a chance now. We got a fair shake. Like I teach in class, where I show you the stock that's $1,600 5 months ago, that 2 months ago was $13, that right now is about $30. We are able to buy the $1,600 stock for $13. We're able to buy the $1,600 stock for $30. When they tell you the market is doing bad, it's doing incredibly great for you. It's bad for them. You have an opportunity to get in the game, so when the market picks back up, it'll take you right along with it. That's what this is about. The course is $99. It'll be more on Saturday. The UCC and real estate course takes place this Saturday. It's absolutely nuts that you guys will learn about real estate and then know nothing about the Uniform Commercial Code. If you ever had to pay for a car and you finance, if you ever had a mortgage, if you ever had to just make payments in general, if you ever was in debt and a third-party creditor got involved, there's a UCC financing statement. It's like, how don't we know about UCC financing statements? We inadvertently sign them all the time. So we get entrapped with the debt obligations. And this is why when people reach out to us to remove certain debts on their student loans, when they reach out to us to remove debts on their car notes, it's because of these UCCs. If you don't understand the UCC or the Uniform Commercial Code, if you don't know what a UCC 1 financing statement is, you need to be in class. You have to save yourself from that. So when you embark upon the acquisition of property, you can establish yourself either as the creditor or the debtor. You got to get involved with that conversation. You got to know what a transmit and utility lien is. You got to get involved with the conversation. You got to know what a security agreement is. You got to get involved with the conversation. You got to know what a UCC 9 is that deals with the debt obligation. The UCC 3, which deals with amendments. The UCC 1, which establishes the relationship amongst the obligor and the obligee, the grantor or the grantee, the trustor and the trustee, the creditor and the debtor. This is all important. You can't rely on them to teach you this in school, because if you did, you'd be a more functional adult. The goal is to keep you in a state of being a minority. Minority as in minor. This is not a semantics. This is not a play on words. This is exactly what they mean when they call you a minority, an adult that acts in the adolescent state of mind, thereby rendering you a homo commandatus, which is an adult that needs a third party to intervene in order that you can facilitate your task or goals in your age, in your minority. When you can do things on your own behalf that you should know how to do on your own behalf, it's qualified as you acting in your majority. When you don't know how to do things based on your adult age, it's as though you're acting in an adolescent state of mind, though you're an adult. And that's a homo commandatus, more especially in the case rendered as a minority, has very little to do with percentage. You're classified as a group of people that are at a disadvantage because of your mental disposition. This is why when we go into the Emancipation Proclamation, we break it down and show you that emancipation means to let your child go free, let your son go free, because they illegitimately adopted us. Jameson, Robertson, Michelson, okay? Suffix son to our names, sunned us, and then call you a minority, a child. Right after they emancipate you or free their sons, they still recognize you as their children by identifying you as a minority. And this impacts you in commerce in all the worst ways. It impacts you in the worst ways when it comes to commerce. You would make more money if you understood UCC. You would save more money if you understood the UCC. All facts, no cap. We got some serious conversation to have about UCC. We got some stuff to talk about. How to sign your name properly. We got a lot to talk about. We gonna go bonkers. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a whole lot more than you expected. But one thing about me, I'm not gonna spend this time and not get you to the bag. We're gonna make sure you get to the money. But we gotta do this like professionals. Just like I'm dealing with the stock class, and I'm making sure that by the time I'm done, if somebody talks to you on the street, they're going to think that you're a broker or that you went to school somewhere. Shit, I dropped out. But we ain't got no time to play. UCC and real estate. Don't you dare attempt to get involved with real estate and don't deal with UCC. People tell me all the time, yo, I got my real estate license, and I hear you. So how can you teach about it? You ain't got no real estate license. I always make it clear. I ain't got no real estate license. Go through a proper vetting process and make sure I didn't miseducate you. But I must forewarn you, If you go to the people that was educated about these things, they wouldn't know. Because you got to understand what jurisprudence is. You got to understand what jurisdiction is. You got to understand these things. Okay? There's different types of laws. There are different genres of law. So when people go to school, they're not going to school to learn how to be industrialists. They're not going to school to technically become entrepreneurs. And I'd rather talk to you about being industrialists. I'm an industrialist. I create a monopoly out of things out of companies that I erect. And I buy the equipment, I hire and employ my people. And so when you look at entrepreneur is a very tricky word because you don't necessarily run the business, you can manage it. Now, a person who drives Uber is an entrepreneur. And they drive thinking they don't work for Uber. So what is that? So entrepreneurs can manage other people's companies in their individual capacity. An industrialist is what we really be talking about becoming or establishing ourselves as. An entrepreneur can still be working for somebody, thinking that they're running their own business because they're running a microcosm of the macrocosm. And the macrocosm gives them the intimation that they're the one in charge as they run their car down to the grave and still have to follow the edict of their boss that they don't see. So yeah, you work around your own hours. They are entrepreneurs. That's the glory of the entrepreneur. You could work around your own hours and do your thing. It's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone. But you want to be an industrialist, not an entrepreneur for the rest of your life. It's a stepping stone because even an entrepreneur struggles with still working for someone or within the framework. You're not really making money. Like Fifth said, yeah, you're not making money until you're making money without having to go to work. Let's do that one. Brother, you say you got tax lien questions. I reached out to you. It didn't work out. I'm going to do it again. Let's get it. Now it's working.
Hey, what's going on, Poe?
What's up, King? I had reached out to you before. It just wasn't working.
Yeah, my bad, man. I forgot to enable my camera access and microphone because I don't be liking Instagram, be all up in my business all the time. You feel me?
I understand. Hey, put that light on so the people can see you.
Yeah, appreciate you. Sorry about that.
Peace to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Poe, ready for the tax lien course or ready for the UCC course, right?
Yeah, now, 2 courses in one, actually. So basically, this weekend is filled with 3 courses.
Combo package, you feel me? Building better bundles.
That's right. So, you got the stock course on Sunday, and that's the Gold in the Crisis, where we get busy with the stocks. And let me say this, because there was a Negro who said, hey, how about that SRN? Like I was in error. And if I'm in error, I could be in error, but I ain't said nothing in error. I said, hey.
SRNE?
SRNE, yeah. He said,
you know, I've been messing with SRNE up and down since it was like at 472. Then it spiked up to 7.
It's kicking again.
See, people try to spit knowledge, but they really don't be looking at the market 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. like I do, like you do. Like,
it's
real.
What
are you to talk? What are you talking about? I didn't make so much bread off of SRNE.
It's crazy. And mind you, from the time I made my $2.17 entrance and informed the community, yo, we need to be over here. And then it went up to about $10, and I was live like, yo, we on $10, and that money was good. And that's actually the reason why I came out with the pullout game. How strong is your pullout game? How good is your pullout game? Because I realized for people that wanted to day trade, they just sit there watching it grow. And they marvel in the splendor of it growing. And then, you know, stocks take the stairs going up and they take the window going down. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, some people was there holding it. And I said, yeah, you can hold it. I said, what I did, I sold some. But the way I sold mine, I be having strategies like I sold mine to get my profit. So I sold mine on the way up at $9. I sold on the way up.
I play the game of principal plus often. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my principal plus. If it's that big of a lift, I'm gonna always get my. So like for example, Beyond Meat yesterday, I bought a few contracts off the dummy.
Oh yeah, they doing good with that China
acquisition. The deal with China. I'm like, okay, I'm
And
living. So
Alibaba.
I
And
want to
Alibaba.
say on my main Robinhood, it was like an $1,800 come up off the contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, super crazy. But just going back to SRNE, like you were talking about as well, when you first told us about that stock, when it was like 2 and some change, that was like when this classes first started and everything like that. That
That's
was
right.
like my biggest first like gigantic come up. I made $1,200 in a matter of minutes. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
oh no. This dude know what he talking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
word. And watch
so, you
this.
know, we be
What
rolling
people
this
got to
for six.
realize is with one of those sessions I did for class, where I give you the calendars, if you check those calendars, you would know, stay up in SRNE and
Mm-hmm.
chill because they got like 4 or 5 other things pending.
Phase 3s, FDA
Several.
approvals. Like,
They
come
don't
on
got
now.
one thing for COVID. They got like 4 or 5 things. They got some cancer stuff going on over here. Yo, and so is you just sit there, you get your principal, you do your thing, and you
That's a
still
fact.
sit there. Because remember, at the beginning of class, when I first started the course, I said, yo, listen, the reason why I was 10 toes down is because not only are they offering the cure for COVID-19, theirs is a non-vaccine cure. That's going to appeal
More
to
approachable.
a whole community. So even if
Absolutely.
someone else comes out with the cure, they still got a spot in this world that's very unique, almost a monopoly as far as I'm concerned, because who else is going the non-vaccinated route?
Even the Gileads aren't even doing that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy
The
to me.
mRNAs aren't even doing that. You know what I
None of
mean?
them
So
doing that. So
um
then they got like 6 things or 5 things on the table, stacked. And so they already through that process. Things are going through the second phase right now. And yo, if 3 out of 5 things get approved, that damn stock goes up about $15.
easy.
Easy. So
Easy.
I'm gonna tell you this: I'm bold enough to let you know. I know how I do with the people. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna purchase like 500 shares tomorrow. I'll post the
Yeah.
receipt and I'll be like, look, but don't do this if you're trying to pull a day trade, because with them, I don't day trade with them. You know,
This is a big swing. Big swing. Big
I'm
swing.
going for the long haul.
For sure.
I'm trading long. You know what I'm
So
saying?
here's my question. Here's my
Word.
question though. Here's my question.
But that's
So
stock information. That's you go to brotherpolite.com and you can get that at Gold in the
for
Crisis. We
sure.
have class 7:30 Eastern time for that, but we're also doing real estate class this Saturday. So don't mix the two up, but we're doing class Saturday and Sunday. UCC and real estate, which is 2 courses in one, and then stocks, which is on Sunday. Both classes will start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time Saturday and 7:30 Eastern time on
Absolutely.
Sunday. But go ahead, my brother, just making it
So
clear for the people as they ask.
not an issue. So I just kind of want to hit you with a combo question so we can kind of tie in the conversation going into the UCC and real estate. So, okay, there's been a lot of positive COVID vaccine, COVID cure, COVID, you know what I'm saying? Things in the news. Now, do we have to how do we factor that in, I guess, to the like to looking at the stock market as, oh, we might be in this pre-second wave period and it might have
Shit.
another dip. So should we set up our puts? How does that conversation kind
I
of
mean,
play into the, possible vaccine, positive news?
well,
How do we
I'll
weigh
tell you
those?
this. This is something that I already have in class, slated for this Sunday. But I'll share this with everybody that's here that catches this evening before this live mysteriously disappears. I'll leave it up for a
Jim,
few though.
Jim,
But I'll say this: it's all about behavior. I know you was in class last Sunday. You may have saw the sucker free zones that I was showing. That's extremely crucial because we have enough data springboarding from January
mm-hmm.
to now. That's enough data for a coronavirus zone. We can actually establish a behavior for the coronavirus zone when you deal with the Fibonacci retracement and everything that I was showing for class.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing everybody should be doing is going back as far as January into this July and establish those zones based on the pivot points. Now, once you do that, now what I want you to do is study the behavior, because what did I say for class? That's right. That's what I'm talking about. What did I say for class? I said it's about the 3 C's. What are those 3 C's? It's common sense, current events, and
Confluence.
calculation.
Or yeah, all that's confluence though. Yeah, trading with
So
confluence.
Common sense, current events, and calculation. So once you set up that sucker free zone, once you identify where the sucker free zone is, and there's normally two of them, is one that's like, okay, it's like purgatory, is between sucker free and almost sucker free. I like both zones, right? Because we're dealing with the coronavirus, the earlier zone might be the one you more invested in. But if you really like, you're looking for the grab, hopefully you don't miss the boat and you just wait for it to go lower. But anyway, I'm going to get to your put option. Let's look at the black banks. Common sense, current events, and calculation. And
we're going black banks?
Yeah, let's look at the BYFC, I think one of them is. I might have
Maine?
BYFC. We got Carve, CARV, Carve.
I made some money off of Carve. That was dope. Yep.
We got what's that one with the one? Something one.
Not One Main Financial? Something else? One United?
No, it's not a bank. It's a radio broadcasting thing or something. It's ONE. Let's just call it ONE. It's some shit. But they're black, you know. And what happens is U1 is
U1. Shout out, Jack. I see it. Yep.
U1. And so what happens is these are black institutions.
Yeah.
And what happens is like Netflix dumped like $100 million into black financial institutions. But what we have to understand is this. If you study the behavior, Carver, U1, and BYFC, I believe, if that's the ticker symbol, but the banking institution itself, they had spikes where they went up $10, $15. U1 was going nuts, like $30, right? And each time they came down. So what we can take from this, when we just study behavior, what I understand from this, because I've seen it over and over, because I write a journal every time that happens. If I say, yo, whoa, this shit just dropped. Oh, whoa, it did it again. It went up, it just dropped. Oh, whoa, it did it again.
Within like 2 minutes, it'll do that. Yeah, especially with Carver, it did that. Yeah.
So what we know is buying black has some form of illusion on the stock market where the incentive is there, but it just doesn't hold up long enough. So when you see the black institutions skyrocketing, you throw a put there and you're going to kill the same day. That's what I know. That's a fact. So if I see U1 go up $20, $30 and shit, I know that same day I'm going to put a put there. And you know, I'm going to tell you this. I know it so well.
Wow.
I know it so well that I would even contend, me personally, I would buy it out of the money. I would buy a put option out of the money.
Like 10% out the money?
But I know I'm going to make my money 8-10 times over same freaking day.
So that was actually really profound. So essentially, the market reflects the fact that the move itself was just for show. So
that's
the market's going to spike for a hot second and then drop back down because we as investors kind of know what the play really is and know that it's not really there to stay. It's just, you know, it's smoke and mirrors. So the market is going to acknowledge the move by spiking for that short second, but we all know what's really going on.
We know what it is. It doesn't hold up. And that's not a fault to the black institutions. It's part of the game. Oh yeah, everyone's buying black. Everyone's empathizing with black people. Yeah, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick the same day that it happens. It never sticks the same day it happens. So what happens is when you see it going up, you gotta short it. If you get up in there, like you see Carver, if Carver has a spike and it starts going up $2, jump in there and get up out of there inside of, I say 5 to 7 minutes, because we're gonna see the spike. Get up out of there.
I bought at 6:35 and sold at 8 during the after hours because I got in super late. I waited till it dropped. I bought it like 3:55 p.m.
You was actually blessed to come in there late because you might have got caught up in the frenzy and then started watching this shit go decline, especially if you don't set up a sell stop limit loss.
I mean, I caught it late, and then I watched it throughout the whole day, and then I finally got home or whatever, got to my laptop, and I was able to look at the charts. Got in at the very end of the day, and then after hours, I had a blast. Like you said, after hours.
Oh yeah, man, the after hours be popping.
So, and that's when
you
shot
go
up
black.
to
That's where you get your
15.
reparations and the pre-market. The pre-market is used for the black institutions.
For sure. So,
but once that market comes in, after the first 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, yo, if you was wise enough to get a put, you know what your put does when that shit drops $10? You know how quick you get to where you got to go? And then when you really know what you know, you buy those puts and you do it out of the money. Now, I'm going to tell you, my strategies is unorthodox because everyone who does it through the textbook is going to tell you, don't invest in bankrupt companies and don't buy into options out of the money. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
But it's low risk, low reward.
That's right. But what people got to understand is that the reason why it exists is because there's times where it makes sense. And it's just as risky as it would be. Like for me, my calculation of what a risk is different from other people. I'll tell you this. I would rather lose $500 than to lose the opportunity to make $5,000. So for me, losing $5,000, that to me is a risk more than me losing $500.
Absolutely.
Knowing that I can make $5,000 is more risky to lose the opportunity than to lose $500. That's the world I'm in. So for me, when I buy an option out of the money, which gives me like probably 6 days grace before that shit completely expires, it stands to reason my understanding of what's going on. You know what happens? You have to win from dealing with common sense calculation and current events. When you have that going for you and you trading upon confluence, when you're a confluence trader and you playing the game, it'd be more risky to do the conservative thing sometimes because you know what's at stake. So yeah, so what? You can there's a limit to what you can lose and it's unlimited to what you can win.
For sure. So I have another question then.
Real quick, that's what I'm telling the people right now. If I go into this option and I pay $400, I can't lose more than $400. I know I can go to another option that might be like $340. I can't lose more than $340. I know the one that's $400, I could probably make 6 G's. I know the one that's $340, the $60 difference, I could probably only make 1,800. If I'm trading on confluence, I gotta go for the $400 that can make me the 5,000. I gotta do it because I'm not even gonna lose the 400 because I can get up out of there when I need to get out of there. But who gives a damn? 340 make 1,800. 400 can make me 5,000.
Every time.
It's a risk. Fucking being so scary that you take the 340 for the 1,800 when you know everything's pointing at the 400 for the 5,000. That's a risk for me. I can't live my life walking around knowing that. I'd rather lose the 400 because if I do the BPB 10 system tells me when all I gotta do is get 1 or 2 things right out of 10, and it covers everything I ever got wrong.
Right.
And it gives me my profit anyway.
So that kind of actually goes into my question. So I've seen like in the contracts, specifically speaking on Robinhood, because that's mostly where I do my options trading on. But I'll see the contracts on Robinhood, whether it be put or call, and the percentage gains sometimes would be for a similar dollar amount one would be up 1,000% and the other one would be minus 30%. But it'd be like like the option contract right under it, and that always confuses me. I just you know what I mean?
Listen, Robinhood will have you kill yourself, and then the next day that glitch will be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like Robinhood ain't shit sometimes. Robinhood is the hood.
Bro, it's the hood.
God damn, that hood and Robinhood is official. They the damn hood. And that's why I tell y'all in the course, like, listen, if you feeling, a little ratchet, You want to go to a strip club and probably get some streaks on your clothes and shit. You gonna go you gonna go Robinhood because Robinhood is ratchet as shit. You know, Robinhood is gonna give you some opportunities that you never could get.
Yeah,
But when
yeah,
you become more seasoned, yo, get over there to Fidelity or
yeah.
Interactive.
Oh
You
no,
know,
once the class on Active Trader Pro came out, I was hooked. You see me loaded like Active Trader
yo,
Pro
Active Trader
is
Pro is so official. Yo,
that stock screener.
man, that's the shit where I had to pull over one time and really get focused. I'm in Starbucks getting it in. You know what I'm saying?
Headphones in.
These two white caps was looking at me like I'm just beasting. They're like, yo,
Swear to God. All
what
right.
what are you on
So
right now? And
before
you know, my
before
brothers and sisters is looking at me like, what is that? I'm like, yo, y'all got to get in here. And you know,
y'all gotta tap in.
I created a
Yo,
circle around me like, yo, watch me work. And I did some of my best working at
people be
Starbucks
thinking
that
you
last week.
hacking or something, boy. They be thinking you a whiz kid at it. But it's like, nah, I'm just
Word up.
studying the
Because
charts.
you know, that shit start looking spooky to people. Because now the deeper we get and we start using different indicators, that
Bruh.
shit start getting weird. And in
All the
mine, having time
purples,
zones and everything
the
on my shit.
different line. Come on. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Active Trader Pro is definitely it. It's
Um,
definitely it's the number one.
so a
I ain't seen
couple of
that.
tax lien questions, because I did need to get some tax lien questions.
Go ahead, get it in, get it
So
in.
so back in February, I attended my very first tax lien. Did not get any property because one thing that I did notice, there were some multiple groups of investment firms that came in and snatched up a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
this time going in, I'm like, all right, bet. Only thing I need now is just more capital. So thanks to the stock market course, here we are with more capital. So boom. So capital, I'm comfortable with what I'm going to be able to take to the course, projectedly, of course. But now my question is, when I'm studying, when I'm doing my due diligence on these properties, like as a essentially like a first time purchaser, because my goal is to I want to snag as many as I can, of course. Am I really trying to be super particular for my first time, or am I just trying to find the properties that have higher probability of not being redeemed? Because in my state, I'm from Indiana, by the way. My state, tax lien only. You know what I'm saying? But it pays 25%. So the percentage is actually pretty good. So I can make a quarter of my bread back on the return if I lose, quote unquote, lose. If I take a lesson, you know what I'm
That's
saying,
right.
and not get the house, I can at
That's right.
least make back 25% of my bread plus my initial, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But as far as like looking at these properties, as all of these people who are about to take this course on Saturday, are you recommending us to just like get in there and just bandit, snatch, whatever you can get your hands on, snatch? Or what is kind of like our approach? Because as for me, I'm not quite comfortable yet as going in and doing the online lean hub thing quite yet.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not really comfortable with doing the lean hub thing just yet, but I am. I do like going to my city county building, participating, you know what I'm saying, and showing up there. But I'm just trying to figure out, like speaking as a student, speaking as somebody who's very new in this game, what's going to be the best course of action?
Best course of action is there's a couple of things definitely got to consider. One would be we got to master that title search process
Mm-hmm.
and the deeding process so we can make sure that the people selling the property are not selling you somebody's child support lien and all that other
For
shit.
sure.
The encumbrances. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we have to have a in-depth class on tax equalization ratio. Very important because that's going to be part of our decision-making process for how we want to pick a property. All right, so
You
it's
said
kind of like
tax equalization ratio.
yeah, it's kind of like the PE in stocks. Just like intrinsic value and extrinsic value would be corresponding with assessed value and fair market value. Just like a purchase agreement would be an option contract.
Mm-hmm.
And the price of the property in the purchase agreement would be likened to the strike price. So there's a lot of correspondences there. So we can really get both going. And I'm definitely going to be doing that since both classes are like this. And a
Almost
lot of us,
simultaneous. The
yeah, a lot of us are
nomenclature
in both
lines up in
classes.
certain instances. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and a lot of us are going to be in both classes. So it's actually fun for me to be able to bounce the ideas back and forth
For
So
sure.
I can give you a heads up and let you know you're going to want to definitely be in tune with tax equalization ratio. Uh, we got to master the comps. And the reason why I'm telling people this, they say some people will say, or jump the gun who feel they know. Yo, they ain't got nothing to do with tax liens and tax deeds. And I would say it has everything to do because the strategy that I keep is that I only invest in tax liens that I'm interested in keeping the property. I want to have, that's the only ones I want to buy. I want to buy the ones that if no one redeems and I pay my 2,000 or my 1,500 for the property, I get to keep that $150,000 property. And then I'm going to sell that $150,000 property for 40% lower than its fair market value. You know what I'm saying? So if it's $150,000, then essentially we're
You can
taking
let it
off
go for 110 just to get rid of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
We or or even $90,000. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So
And that's how you give folks leverage, because you can be like, hey, yo, bro, you my brother, I'm gonna sell you this house for 90, it's worth 150. So walking into it, you already got 60 grand in equity. So I'm giving you love while I'm still able to make my bread at the same time. So
that's
that's
right.
really how you build
And
that
then
table.
and then the wild thing is you almost can't go 40% below its fair market value because then people grow skeptical that it's so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost forced to have to sell it for more money, though you want to
Facts.
get it off. So you will pay the 2,000, but then what we got to also discuss is your right to foreclose.
That was
So
yep, that was my next question.
yeah, so that's going to be probably like 1,800. So even if you get the property for 2 G's, you still got to pay like 1,800 right to foreclose. At that point, just hire a real estate attorney and let them be accountable for all that. You did your part by getting in a deal. You saved you mad money doing this shit by yourself. The renegades we are. We don't fuck with the system. We anti-system. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? This is our
I like it.
anarchy. Like we wild. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
We ain't got no degrees. We ain't got no
For sure.
licenses. We out here just bullying in this fucking
Hey,
market.
look, barely got credit.
Barely got credit.
Swear to
And guess
God.
what?
Hey, but
And
look,
guess
but
what?
even with
You don't
this,
need no credit to get these
exactly,
properties for so
exactly,
cheap. So that's
exactly.
another thing that's important to tell people. Could people be like,
So,
yo, credit shot. Yo, I talked to a person I was consulting today. I got a
mm,
felony, this, that, and the third. So, I can't get a real estate license. I'm like,
don't
son,
matter.
I ain't got no real estate license either. That means
Hmm.
nothing to me. We always going to find that way. And when it comes to selling property, I got a right to bring buyer and seller together
Hmm.
and then make a profit. You know what I'm saying? I got the right to bring buy and sell together. I got the right to
Hmm.
sell properties I don't own. It's called an assignment. I can sell properties on assignment. If
Exactly.
someone's selling a property, I can go to them and be like, yo, if I sell that property for you, what's my PC? Okay, bet, hold on. Then we get a real estate attorney that corresponds with that jurisdiction. And you make them write up an assignment. Okay, they'll classify or qualify the assignment. The seller gives you permission to solicit the property, and then upon the close, then you can make your profit. Anything before that illegal.
And
So
that earnest money deposit. Make sure you get
that's
that
right.
bread up front too.
Need that EMD because
For
then no
sure.
matter what, you're always going to get paid. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
um, so I
We're
kind of
going to go
wanted
through a
to,
lot with that real estate. It's going to be dope.
for sure. So, and I'm telling you, like,
It's going to be
I'm
super
too
dope.
excited for it. Like, I kind of wanted to share also with 365 folks what my goal is as far as my journey on these classes have been. So I'm making my liquid capital, studying the stock market, building up my funds and my portfolios. Once that tax lien season for my state opens up, or of course if I learn
Woo!
how to learn to do some more stuff with Lean Hub and things of that nature. But once my tax season starts up in September for Indiana, I'm going to liquidate a portion of my Robinhood portfolio, a portion of my Fidelity, a portion of my Webull, take those funds, move it over into real estate, get some tax liens, wait for the redemption period, which in Indiana, it's only 1 year, get
That's a
whatever
beautiful
properties I
thing.
can get.
That's beautiful right there.
Only
And,
1 year. I
and
know
then
in
what
Cali it's two.
you want to do is see which ones you could buy on the cusp of the redemption period so you don't have to wait the whole year. So you just over there waiting 30, 45 days.
I did
And
not know that.
sometimes when somebody redeems, you cash in. And that's another thing. When you're doing the research, it costs you to do a title search. And that's why instruct people to get their own title search done, or educate people in their cipher, and everybody take the time out to do it, because if you go on tax deed auction, tax lien auction, there's probably like 1,500 properties at your disposal.
For sure.
But the problem is, it's 1,500 properties at your disposal for about the whole 2 months you preparing. Now, if you go to a title search company and they charge you, let's say they only charge you $15, $20 for a title search. That's gonna be 15 times 1,500, $20 times 1,500. Who got all that bread just to do the research for the property? So normally, what we do, we reduce ourselves to just 10, 20 properties and just see what we can get done. And we probably still don't know how to do a proper title search ourselves. So anyway, the crazy thing is, we'll still pay the title search company, not for the whole amount, but we'll pay them for, let's say, the amount we could afford. And so now we probably put $600, $700 out there to get a title search, because we got some level of education. We need to do this title search. So I can tell if I'm wasting my time with the properties that I think I'm interested in. Now, 1,500 properties there. We went from 2 months into the last 2 weeks. We are now 5 days before it goes down, the auction. There's no longer 1,500 properties for sale. There's now only 480.
Because people
so now,
pay.
Now, why the hell? Hold on, I done spent thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, whatever, on doing the research on these properties, and now the 1,500 just disappeared, and now it's 480. Why? Because as you get closer to the date, people come up with that money to save the property. So now, if you strategizing, you do your research, you pace yourself, but you don't really start kicking out any money for additional research until you get inside of 5 days. And then you got to cook up the research. That's if we are not the type to say, I'm going to blow 15 G's on research on all these properties. No, if you want to really find a way for the cheat code, you wait within the last 5 days, because the number of properties is going to decrease. And then you can do more with what's left. So you're not kind of frivolous. It's not frivolous, but the time that was expended during that process to vet through these properties for over 1,000 of them to disappear, kind of hurts.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because
you got to learn how to do the research efficiently. Absolutely. And there's enough technology out here right now that when I do the course, I'm gonna show you technology that's out there that gives us the same advantage that we have from the stock classes. Meaning, you got stockbrokers of old that still practice the same old way because they haven't acclimated themselves to the 2020 paradigm. Now, our stockbroker is in our hand on our smartphone. We got a lot of shortcuts we got at our disposal. Real estate is still being treated like an age-old game. We got technology on our side. We don't really have to spend all that bread to accumulate data in the time that we needed it. We can actually wait those 5 days now. We can wait about 8 days now, and we can use the technology at our disposal without having to pay these companies to beat us in the head times $15, $20, $35 each property for a title search. It's real.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So in that kind of well, no, I don't even want to ask that question because it's a little bit too technical, because we'll say that for the course. So okay, so because I'm excited to learn about the UCC stuff, because I really don't have that's like the thing that I'm least knowledgeable about. So I'm very excited to learn about that. I know it's a lot about like setting up that conversation between establishing who's the creditor, who's the debtor, and things of that nature. Like I know it involves, like, and I was even dabbling in. I was like, I have a copy of the Uniform Commercial Code. Like I have a copy of the Black Laws Dictionary. But
that's good.
I
That's good.
decided to wait.
What edition of Black Laws you got?
You said what?
What edition of Black Laws Dictionary you got?
Hold on, let me check. I think it's like 4th edition. I want to say maybe.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. You got 4.
Black Laws. What is this? Yeah, it's 4th edition. Yeah, I know it's like 10 or something right now, isn't it? Like the newest one.
You don't want the higher one. You want the older ones.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, bet. Okay, bet. Yeah.
The older you can go, the better.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes, hey, man, the Moors be having a little bit of gems in their knowledge.
Yeah,
That's kind
yeah,
of
they
what,
go in. It's just we
you know
got
what
to
I'm
make the
saying?
money. That's the only problem I'll be
Yeah, that's
having.
it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Like,
it.
make the
That's it.
money. Like, that other shit be sounding dope as fuck.
I'm with all of it. It sounds beautiful. But at the same time, in order for me to explore those things as fully as I want to, I need to be able to have residual income. And
That's right.
that's you know what I'm saying?
Class,
Like
classes
I
at
wanna learn about metaphysics. I wanna learn why we really here, how we really got here. I wanna be able to answer those questions or at least, start my pathway on that journey. But to keep it a buck with you, I gotta set up at least a few revenue streams so that way I can take
That's
a
right.
month off and fly to Africa and study the pyramids myself and study, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to have time to have time. And the
That's
only way
right.
to do that is to work for yourself, become an industrialist, like Polite said, you know what I'm saying, and really, step out of that NPC lifestyle. Like folks is NPCs out here, non-playable characters. We gotta be you know what I'm saying? Like you ever be playing the video game and the dude that be in the shop that just, what you're buying. That's how we acting. We the NPCs, we the clerks. So we gotta stop being NPCs and being, you know what I'm saying, the main character of our own story mode. Um, for all my video game folks out there, you know what I'm talking about. But
No, no doubt, no doubt. And,
but it's real though. It's real.
it comes down, like I said, to common sense, current events, and calculation. That's what it comes down to ultimately. We employing those three things so we keep them in mind, and whatever we do, we'll be all right. No matter how sophisticated people attempt to make this thing, it just boils down to those three things: your common sense, current events, and your calculation. We got to employ some kind of math, something that we don't have to rely on faith and guessing. We got to have something that that we can evaluate so we can definitively conclude if we're making a well-informed decision, something that gives us the ability to forecast. Once we got that going on, we real. But
100%.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to get on Facebook real quick, connect with the people, and call it the evening. I got a real strong week ahead, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared because I got to do a lot of traveling. I'll soon be heading back to Beverly Hills. I got another week in Miami, and I'm finally heading back home.
Hey, what's travel been like through this? Like,
I ain't traveled too much, and if I have, it's more or less drive, uh, back and forth. But the traveling, I've been back and forth to New York and a couple other places, but
mm-hmm.
it's all right. It ain't what I saw on TV. TV
For
had me
sure.
spooked.
For sure.
TV
For
had me
sure.
spooked. Like I thought New York was just like a war zone. And I went there,
Yeah.
see people playing basketball and hospitals are empty. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
interesting, but let me stay
Yeah.
focused. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
For sure.
So a lot of it's
Absolutely.
propaganda. And I mean, now look at the script being flipped. Now Florida is like New York now. Like, what is that? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Texas is like New
They
York.
they
How the
pick
hell
and
New York
choose.
just recover out of nowhere and they're letting people walk around?
Maybe it's like a freedom thing. Like, oh wait, they getting a little bit too excited out down there in Florida. They're down at the beaches and stuff. Let me just act like there's some more stuff going on down there, so people don't see what's. I don't know, but
Yeah, it is
I'll
what it
see you
is.
on
But yeah,
Facebook. I'll be in the comments.
definitely. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look for you in the comments too, man. We keep this bill going too.
Hey, by the way,
What's,
it is.
what's your
Hey,
name on
look, hey,
Facebook?
James Carter. But James Carter, just James Carter. But my Instagram is President Carter. You was on my dome earlier. You was like pre-3. Why your name got me? I was like,
Yeah,
oh
what's
no,
that?
no, it's President Carter. Threes for ease. That's it.
Oh,
I
I was
was
just
like,
looking at
no, he's
it
killing me. He's killing me.
fast. You funny, man.
Oh, yo, but hey, yo, yeah, I'll see y'all in the Facebook comments and stuff. Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. Perpetual
President Carter. You said
success.
what is it on Facebook again?
Just James Carter, just James Carter.
James Carter. Okay, I'm
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
looking out for you, my brother. I'm gonna be on
Yes.
Facebook.com/Brother Polite. And for the people that's asking, it's brotherpolite.com is where you get the courses. The courses, UCC and real
Hmm.
estate course will be available. It's already available. And then you have the uh, Gold in the Crisis course, which is this Sunday. So class Saturday is UCC and real estate. That's two courses in one. And then
Hmm.
you have Gold in the Crisis, which is Sunday, 7:30 Eastern time for both classes, Saturday and Sunday.
Hmm.
They're two different classes. two different purchases, but it's actually the UCC and real estate is two classes in one. I'm giving you UCC information and I'm giving you real estate information.
Spend that 99 while you can, because it's gonna be like 150, 140.
You already know.
For sure. And then also one thing too, shout out, because I seen her in the comments. Shout out to Linda Wellness. You are a jewel. I seen you in the comments. Shout out to you. You are a walking blessing. Thank you.
Golden in crisis. That's correct.
All right,
so I'm gonna look for you, my brother. We'll be on Facebook. We're gonna get it in for a little bit, just for a little bit, and enjoy ourselves. I love you guys. I got a lot in store for you. And again, the new book that comes with 15 video tutorials is I taught them how to buy $1 with a few pennies. And that is the ultimate trading book, ultimate guide, the ultimate. So the combination between the class and the book, you guys are lit. I'm not playing games. Having a good time teaching, but I really had to take some days off even being live, because now presenting on Saturdays and Sundays, every Saturday, Sunday, every Saturday, Sunday presenting. And I don't come up shy. I never present a class to make you like, oh, he just slapped that thing together. Every class is super informative, and you need the information, and you compound interest with what you already know, because I'm always looking to give tools. Doing the same thing for the real estate course. Now, that stock money is quick. It's not always quick. You can hold some depending on what your trading strategy is, but we can find quick money in them stocks. The real estate money is quick, considering the way people taught us how to make money in real estate versus how I'm going to teach you how to make money in real estate. Plus, you can spend less money to get properties that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we like to leverage our results from the stock class and then take those monies and put it into the real estate. So it's interesting. You're going to move positions out of your stock class. And you know what I'm happy about? I'm happy I can have a build and use the nomenclature that is beholden to stocks. I'm glad I can have that conversation and people not lost. Now, I know some people are new, so don't worry about it, because when you get the class, we have a neophyte section in almost every class. You can pick it up. You could go almost any portion or any category, like the John Wick class. You could go up in there for the first time and figure it out. So it doesn't matter what level you're on. We're going to raise everybody's level. So same thing with the real estate course. We're going to raise the level. So you'll be all right. But yeah, the real estate class is UCC and Real Estate. You go to brotherpolite.com. I'm going to make a very strong stride, maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Friday, definitely, to give a real strong real estate class to give people a more prominent idea. But for the brother that said, yeah, I'm going to stay on the sidelines and see what gets taught, stop cheating yourselves and just get the class in. Don't do that. Stop cheating yourselves. Yeah, get the free information. Good Lord. I gave tons of free information on stocks. In fact, this particular conversation is worth a lot. Those who know, know. You know what I'm saying? But don't cheat yourself. Get the real deal. Get the real deal. Peace to the family. But I'm going to see you guys on Facebook right now. Enjoy yourselves. I'm going to leave this video up for now, but then I'm going to make this video exclusive to the new Covenant members when the time comes. Sideline bros is losing. You already know. Class won't be live, be pre-recorded. You'll get class. Class starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you miss it, you'll still be able to access it, so don't worry about it. You'll get the password. Your man is skeptical even looking at the profits. I know how it be. People want to make money, and then when they see the money made, they be like, oh, no. It's a little scary. I know how it be. But peace to you. Go to brotherpolite.com. Get your access. Knock it out. The course for the UCC and real estate will go up by Saturday. But before that time, you do your thing. Get it in. It won't go up that significantly. It's $99 right now. But it's 2 courses in one, family. what I'm gonna do. It's 2 courses in one. Peace to you guys. I love you all. See you on Facebook.com/Brother Polite.